Hey guys, I want to share with you a little experiment I've started regarding sliders. Jim Setzer with Images by Design, and I'll tell you, in my video kit I've got all the usual tools. I've got gimbals and stabilizers and tripods and little tabletop dollies. The one thing I don't have right now is a decent slider. Now, in the past, I've had the opportunity to use some really nice sliders from quality companies like Edelkrone and Ace Tech, and these products work beautifully. They work exactly the way you need them to. They're rugged, their industrial design is fantastic. I love everything about them until I go to their website and I see their prices. Man, that sticker shock, it just floors me. Now, I run a business, so I've got to be able to come up with a business case for these things, and I can't do it. I can't make the math work for these higher end products. I don't do enough slider work to be able to come up with a business case where these things eventually pay for themselves and actually start making me money, and that stops me right there. I got to be smart about these things. So I've been looking for something that meets my business model, something a little less expensive, something relatively rugged that I can take on location and beat up a little bit, but will eventually pay for itself and help me with my workflow, etc. I must have been talking about this to a friend recently, and my phone or some other tabletop spy picked up the conversation, because now I'm getting bombarded with advertisements for sliders, including this crazy thing from a company called Bwzrstainnh. Sounds like something my dog left for me on the carpet, but I guess it's designed to sound like a nice quality German product when clearly this thing is coming from China. It looks like it does everything I need it to do. It's radio control, Bluetooth from the portable device, motorized. It's got a pivoting head so you can do orbit shots or sweeping shots. So everything I need in a slider for this unbelievable price, and I mean unbelievable price. There's simply no way this slider can be shipped as advertised for the price that they're asking. It's impossible, and I know this because one of my options I've tried to explore is building my own slider with some rails and linear bearings and some Arduino controllers and some Bluetooth radios, and machining or fabricating or 3D printing the rest of the pieces to put it all together. Even that ran into the hundreds of dollars, and that didn't include my time to design and fabricate and assemble this thing out. So that option was too big of a risk from a business perspective as well. Anyway, most reasonably people will probably look at that ad and laugh and move on, which I did until I saw it about the third time, and I looked at the video again, and most reasonable people at this point would still laugh and move on because it just seems incredible. Nope, I bought one. Actually, I bought two. And here's why I bought two. Because if I buy two, the shipping was free. If I bought one, the shipping was as much as the product anyway. So, yeah. And you're still thinking, Jim, you just threw your money away. Well, follow my thinking here. I think there's three probable outcomes. No, I think there's two probable outcomes and one possible outcome. The first probable outcome is this thing comes, these things, two of them, show up at my doorstep, and they're absolute rubbish. They're all plastic, they fall apart or whatever, but at least maybe the controller and the motor and the radio, those bits and pieces that I would need if I built mine anyway are there, and I can salvage those parts for a fraction of what I would have paid to buy them themselves, and we all have a good laugh that this is a pile of garbage. The second probability is what comes in these boxes doesn't even resemble a slider at all. It could be a box of moldy cherries for all I know, and then I have an argument with the supplier and they tell me to send it back, which I won't because the shipping would be more than I spent anyway. We'll go back and forth, and eventually I'll just call my point of sales service that has a money back guarantee, and I'll put in a ticket and I'll get my money back, and I'm out my time and we have these videos to laugh at. Fair enough? The third possibility is that these things actually kind of are what they claim to be. No, I'm not saying they're going to be the same level of quality as an Electron, but what if they're usable? What if I could actually use them to get some jobs done? What if 3 jobs in, they've paid for themselves, so I just need to make them last at least 4 jobs apiece. And then they've actually met their requirement and they're starting to make me a little bit of money, and maybe I go out and buy 6 more because that's all I need for them to kind of make up for their cost. And while that's certainly not what I'm expecting, that's possible as well. So what are your thoughts on this? I would love to see a hearty discussion in the comments down below, whether you think I'm just completely mad, or maybe I'm onto something, or maybe there's other possibilities I haven't really touched on here. I'd love to hear all those comments down below. If you found this video at all interesting, informative, or entertaining, please hit like. If you really want to see what happens in 30 days when this thing shows up from China. Oh yeah, a box did leave China. I have a tracking number, so be interesting to see what's in those boxes. Anyway, if you want to see what happens with this experiment, please do subscribe and hit the notify bell so that you get an email or whatever that lets you know that that video is ready to check out in about 30 to 45 days whenever that box gets here. So in the meantime, I'm Jim Setzer, Images by Design. Have a fantastic day.